Okay, so guys, I'm going to connect to server 1. I'm going to use names that don't have any station number on them. Just going to go with VM1, VM2. Contoaster.com will be our domain. This is going to be, I'm just starting. This is going to be bind and host actual data. This will be using Unbound and just be a caching name server. If you're going to want to resolve a Contoso name, it'll send it over to VM1. If it is a public name, it's going to send it out to the public DNS servers. So the only time it will forward to this server is when it's Contoso.com. Otherwise, it'll send it out to the public servers. Why overwhelm the server with a bunch of forward requests? You know. So I'm going to sign in. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. Or zoom out so my screen's a little bigger. I'm going to look at my current connections. And I'm going to create a new one. This is all one line. There's no space after that slash. It's /24, no space. Okay, guys, just to be, I'm going to point it to the upstreams initially. The reason I'm going to do that, guys, if you practice this or watch this later, or you're using CentOS, we need to be able to resolve names to download the software. So I'm just going to initially point it to the upstreams so I can resolve names. Guys, I forgot auto connect. Yes.
Professor, do you want us to use that IP or our station IP?
Everyone uses this IP.
Okay.
Guys, this has 2 NICs on it. I'm going to turn down the second NIC. And just to speed up time, I'm not going to actually test it. I'm just going to set the host name, reboot, and assume the IP is going to work.
You don't have to put one on.
When I reboot, it's going to automatically bring it up and make sure it doesn't bring these 2 down.
Okay.
So if I don't want to do the reboot, then yes, manually bring it up. I'm sorry, Chris. What did you say? What were you asking?
Because the ETH1 is not on the.
And I want to make sure it doesn't come up. That's all I'm doing. Making sure that it doesn't start.
Okay, I see.
Looking forward.
When is it host with an S at the end or without the S?
Yeah. Guys, I just screwed that up. It should be a greater than symbol.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2, right?
Yeah, two, right?
Right.
Diplo.
Okay, guys, so let me fix that real quick. You don't need this bottom command. Echo. Guys, you need a two greater than symbols here. No, actually, here's what I'm going to do.
You can't just run the command again with 2 greater than symbols?
No, because I've already override it. Because it's. Give me 1 second. Let me look at the IP and I'll just copy it.
So you need to run it with 2 greater than symbols?
Right.
Or if you did not.
You put in 2 greater than symbols. Give me 1 second. Let me look at the IP of this machine.
It's for the local hosting, not the vmhosted.com-vm1.
No.
Because I haven't.
The VM1 line,
It's,
put 2 greater than symbols.
never mind, you're right, that's true, yeah.
Two right there.
The SCP is the same thing as RDP, right?
No. It's just like copying using SSH.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Okay. Guys, this was the right command. And you should end up with this. So, everything up to here is correct. But don't run anything between now and this. This was the correct command.
You should have 3 replies right there.
I should have 3 lines.
And I don't have one.
So if you put the 2 things,
No.
No, that's just the way it is.
Which one do you I would reboot and go to this and
I mean, we're recounting. It's all.
So,
RCP limit. And then RCP.
no, it's slightly different because it will compare the 2 directories and only copy over files that have changed.
RCP does that.
Right. This will copy over the file whether it's there or not.
Fine, if I created I created a host without the S at the end, so I create it separately. So I run it again. How do I delete that host without?
No, you can't.
Let me see what you're talking about.
When I first did it, I did it without the S, so I put it in a folder by itself. Then I ran it, and now it's in the right with the S at the end.
You want to
But I want, can I delete that?
All right.
You set up the web server? You want to command it to?
Etsy host. Okay.
I don't know if we're doing that serious right now.
No, you want me like, set up on it?
Oh, that's fine. I have to go.
those are the correct commands. If you want to copy them, if you want to photograph them.
Actually, some video.
I'm just gonna be telling my computer just to email me. We can use ASIC from within the terminal of ASIC, so you can email yourself code.
Yes, as long as you have network connectivity.
Got it.
Okay. I'm going to reboot my.
I just don't understand why you add VM1 behind the host name. The host name.
I have
Duplicate.
two names. I have two names.
Network.
He wants to know why I resolve VM1 and VM1.contoso.com.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I have a short name and I have a long name. We call this host name.
Okay.
We call this fully qualified domain name.
Oh, okay.
That
Makes sense. Thank you, sir.
Look. There's my connections. There's my IP address. There's my default gateway.
The history only saves what you type as a command, but once we go into VI, there is no way that doesn't save it. But we can export that VI file out if we want to have it.
Right. Which I already did.
Almost easy.
Which I put in D2L.
Professor, if you don't count up the 801, the F0, so why they can have the IP? Because you didn't count up, you know.
Right.
Yes.
Because this is not IP adder is showing the device, not the connection name. Remember, this connection name is a profile pointing to that device. I'm now having this profile control that device as opposed to this profile controlling the device.
So where the IP address started? Or you started what? I got it.
Okay, I am going to install bind and bind utils. Yeah.
always makes me feel like I need to put a column there.
So nothing to do.
If I hit enter, it's going to scroll off the screen. Are we okay?
Oh, I installed already in my lab.
Trevor, I'm doing this because I want the video to match your practice environment. Are we good, DJ?
It's great to know that SIT loves all this.
No, the reason why Ace IT is allowing this because I did a trick. You think you're installing it from a repository on the internet? I'm actually have you install it from the DVD. Because remember, I don't know if anyone was in my Linux class when we would do yum install, how it would the school's defense network would kick in and throttle us. Well, I'm not having this install from the network now. I'm just having it install from the DVD. You get the same experience.
But I miss the throttle of the internet experience.
Now I'm going to.
Yum space dash one space space.
Yeah. Oh, listen, before I start this, let me ask you this. How many people feel the bottleneck is VI? If you're having trouble with the VI text editor, replace VI with gedit. It's a graphic text editor, like Notepad. So if your bottleneck is the VI text editor, just use gedit. You can use your mouse and highlight things and cut and paste.
Does it use the same commands as VI?
Nope.
Oh.
So it just allows you just to type in and click on something.
Highlights off, delete, normal graphic text editor.
Will you judge us?
Well, let's put it this way. I would ask you, where's the judging occurring more? We had a class last time. Everyone did the same thing, and only 2 of us got it working. I think the goal at this point is just to get it working. Whatever tool we can do.
Including Anna?
I got it, so
Yeah.
working and just all the things I've made.
So I'm going to hit enter. You can use gedit. And if you hit, I'm going to do it with gedit for the first file, just so you can see.
No. It's shift this. Shift.
I'm going to copy that line and paste it.
And then Q big. Do it again.
It feels like a stripped down version of Notepad++.
It's like Notepad, the original Notepad.
Q.
Oh, which is being pimped out by Microsoft with tabs and things like that. Notepad++ is getting a major overhaul.
Did you see the new
Browser?
command prompt that is going to have Linux interface, Apple interface, going to have everything all in one?
I didn't see it. I heard about it though.
I saw like the video and on it, and then you have like PowerShell command prompt, you have Linux, you have everything.
Oh, what did you do?
I copied the allow query. I'm going to comment that out. Guys, I'm just going to put a space there just to keep it neat.
Show me where I make it.
Okay, guys, this line right here tells name which interface to listen for a request on. This line right here lets me know which network I'm going to resolve names for. So if you're not on the 10.0.0.0/24 network, I'm not going to respond to your request. I don't want to resolve for the entire world. I'm just going to resolve for my network.
And you want to do the entire world? This is quad 0?
Probably. Quad zeros /0, I guess. Now I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, I'm not.
Give me a second.
Yes. This is something.
Yeah.
Guys, it's important to have that semicolon right after. Semicolon right after. There's a space there. There's a space there. There's a space in between.
And the right slash is
Right,
very.
what about if we're doing the 172, Brian? On the top, it's just 1.2.16.0.100?
0.2.
No, on the first line on the listening port.
It's going to be your IP address of that machine, which will be
On that machine, okay. And on the bottom is
Professor,
Zero.
I'm asking you about this one. Record, yes or no? That's what I'm saying.
Slash control.
When you say no, when you say yes,
Say-
because I've been reading about that.
And conquer that, but we saved those, what we just changed.
And I've added the forwarders lines. Basically, meaning I'm not going to have my client go out to talk to other DNS servers. I'll get the answer for them. Just like the diagram, iterative. The client goes out and talks to all the DNS servers. Recursive, I do it.
And that keeps it for what, a week?
Well, whatever the time to live is, that the other domain defines. If they say keep it for an hour, I'll keep it for an hour.
So you mean like for work, right?
We've got to talk about that later. I don't want to get sidetracked.
Oh, okay.
Guys, can I scroll down? Do we have this forwarder line?
not yet.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you put a semicolon.
Guys, I'm just looking at the documentation I found online. Just modifying it for our environment.
Semicolon at the end of that.
I'm adding things like the forwarders.
Space after that other semicolon.
What's a forwarder used? I can resolve names for Contoso.com. But if it's not Contoso.com, who do I go to get answers? Those two machines.
Now go to
Your machine, what machine they do it?
space.
They will be so
Pretty
well.
much have a copy from this. It's supposed to be a
It's okay.
space.
Okay. Guys, I want to go down here to the bottom. Zone.
And now
Contoso.
You just took out this. You need a comment on this as well. So go down all the way to the allow last line, the word line down. Yeah. Now comment out, which is two slash focus. Allow query. Space. Space. Okay. Close. Semicolon. Space. Close this bracket. Space. Close. Semicolon. And you're missing a semicolon after the 24.
No. Is it Contoso.com?
Yes, at the end, yes. And what did I miss?
We went on to the next file.
Oh.
No. I just scrolled to the bottom of the file. Scroll to the bottom. Right here.
Okay. Oh, did you use the
Guys, a lot of people forgot the A last time. Some people didn't have the name zone in here. There's a lot of typos in this area right here.
I think it's the shape format.
Professor, from social.com, you needed the dot behind the com or not? Like telling dot?
Not here.
Oh, not here.
In the zone files, yes.
Oh,
This is the configuration file for the server. This is not the zone data file. This is just, it's stored in Etsy. This tells the server what zone files to load. So this isn't a data file, it's a configuration file.
I see.
So you said there was an A somewhere?
Yes, at the end of ARPA.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people has left off, they just did ARP.
Hey Brian, I forgot to set the host name.
We can do it later.
I just did it. So do I just reboot them again? Cool. And then I just did the echo command again. I did the echo command, but I didn't do the one before.
Okay, you probably have 2 lines in your Etsy host file. It's not going to have a major effect.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
For the reverse lookup, it would be 16172 or 16172.
16172.
But if I put 0, it wouldn't.
You'd be fine for that environment, but you're a /16, so I'd do it right.
Yeah, I was like,
So 16?
Yeah. I would just put 16, just edit the file.
type it as master.
So, Professor, this one's a authoritative for our domain, right? Why don't we turn off recursion?
Not for our because recursion isn't going to have any effect for us. It's going to have an effect for Google. Now listen, if I left it as recursion, here's my DNS server. It's SOA for Contoso.com. I have a client. He sends me a request for
Good, hired.
now. If it's recursive, I will go out to the internet and talk to all the DNS servers I need to get the answer. And once I have the answer, I'll give it to the client. If I turn off recursive, which means it's going to be iterative, I can't say that word. Here's my Contoso.com.
Let's just make it a I don't know.
Well, it's not going to say I don't know. It's going to say I don't know, but here's someone who probably does.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to send the request to me. I'm going to respond with an IP of a DNS server that I might know. Then I will go to that one.
Okay.
But the problem is, do you want all your clients? If one client resolves Google.com, I'm going to keep it in memory. So the next client that contacts me, I'll just give it from cache.
Right.
As opposed to all my clients handling a bunch of. May I close this file?
No, not yet.
Yes.
You said save them.
I saved it.
You'd be missing something.
Z analysis 8 layer.
Okay, so that's the only 2 things I need to do. Alright.
Okay, I'm going to close this. And then I'm going to do, don't worry about those warnings. It's just because I had that graphic element open. Student owns the graphical interface. root was hijacking it, displaying a graphical element on student's graphical interface. So I get some warnings. No big deal. gedit var name contoso.com .zone.
When did we create this file?
Oh, we're creating it right now.
Var?
Right now.
Still, oh, okay.
Right. Configuration files are in Etsy. Data files are in var. These are the data files my service is going to load.
Because last time we had done them and then we moved them.
I accidentally put them in Etsy when I should have put them in var. Thank you. Why not give me a paper cut and pour lemon juice on it?
No, I'm just following what I had here, so that's what I want to.
Are we good?
Quite correct, sir.
Okay.
It only helps you get better.
That dot is important. This is the email address.
How cap sensitive is this?
Extremely.
Wouldn't it be parentheses, not brackets?
Say this again.
The parentheses, wasn't it parentheses before?
Right here.
1H,
Up here.
15
Oh,
minutes.
that's it. So it doesn't matter which one you use?
Yes.
You got one.
No, it's squiggly. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's right. He's right.
Good catch.
I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was supposed to be.
Is that an L by the cereal?
That is a 1. I'm going to save it. Guys, both zone files. This one in the reverse, those lines are identical. So I'm going to save it, close it, and copy it to the other file just so I don't have to type it in again.
Just make sure you said they're not space sensitive, right?
Correct.
Just case.
Right. So I'm just going to copy all this. I don't care how you do it.
It allows you.
I'm just going to copy that part
Don't close it.
just so I have it in my memory.
Those names, VM1, VM2, those are just friendly names, right? Those aren't.
No, those are going to be appended to contoso.com.
Okay.
So the fully qualified domain name will be vm1.contoso.com. Because it knows anything in this zone file, based on that other file I created, remember I said zone contoso.com in quotes? Anything in this zone file is going to be appended to that name.
I know you won't. Oh, you copy the test for another file. I got you.
I copied all this,
Okay.
I copied.
Okay. For another file.
Got it. Professor, the gateway and router records, are those necessary for each? No. Okay.
I'm just doing it just to add some records.
Add some more.
So you would have a record for every machine in your network.
Right.
Okay, guys, take a picture of it if you're not here now. How close are you, Josh?
Can you take a picture of this?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm like, maybe. How do you save
Okay,
this?
okay.
How do you just save it on? Oh.
So I'm clicking save, close it, and I'm going to now do 0.0.10.in hyphen adder dot ARPA dot zone.
I type so quick.
I'm going to hit enter. Guys, I'm going to paste that first part in. $100 internet record. It's a BTR record. 10.0.0. Nope. vm1.contoso.com. Make sure you put the dot. And then save it.
What's the number in front for?
That's the IP address of each of the machines.
Oh, the last.
So but now look, it's going to be appended to the zone name. What is the zone name called?
0010.
So 0.0.10.in adder.ARPA. So I'm going to, just like I had a VM1. What was the zone name? Contoso.com.
That makes sense. Okay, that now.
So now I'm just appending this to the beginning. So now, for the reverse, I'm just going to append. There's my IP in reverse.
But then of course if you use 172, you got to put 0.
Now listen, But if you're doing the lab in class, you're going to be doing 16.172.in.adder.arpa.
Zone, you forgot the zone.
That's the zone.
No, you forgot to put the zone in, right?
Well, no, this is just, the zone is the name of the actual text file.
Yeah, okay.
I could call it in adder 16.172 in adder.com dot my zone file. You know, whatever you want to name.
Okay.
Now, what will a pointer record look like in class?
2.0,
Okay, if this is my IP, what do I need to do?
0.1, 2.
Right, so I'm going to have
1.0,
1.0
2.0, 3.0.
in
Pointer.
PTR gateway.
Yeah, I think it's just one, not 1.0.
No,
No,
because
because
remember, I got to put it in
Oh, you
reverse.
shortened it. Oh, okay.
You shortened it.
I see,
16.
You shortened that. Okay.
So if I don't put it in reverse, now it's going to append this just like that.
Yeah.
So yes, it is required to put in that.
Could you have multiple with the address once? So say if I have another line there, 1.in.ptr.router.intel.com?
No, because only the first one will be used.
Okay.
You could play with an alias, but I don't see. Okay. Can I save this?
Yep.
Can I close it?
Mine doesn't want to, the GED doesn't work, so, and it just froze my machine. But I'm just gonna do it with the VI. I'm gonna double check my work. But before it did open, it just showed the machine.
Oh, okay. Control C. Because you were nested virtualizations. Now try to change. Control C. Exit. Now relaunch. No, yeah. Okay, I'll explain why.
Right.
Because the graphic interface is a client-server model.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past, I could take something on my machine and have it displayed on your machine. So you can kind of hijack someone's graphic. So they have security now. So right now, when I log in as student, my graphic interface is owned by student. So if I sign in SU as root one time, it'll allow root to display a graphic element on student's graphic interface. If I SU again into a second layer, it's not going to allow that. So you had SU too many times. Okay, are we good?
So I have this error here. So I'm not sure if it's because my name is with a 0 here, and I just edited the VI.
Okay, we'll make the screen larger. Let's go back to the air. So I can see that. Okay. Double click.
I had the 0 there, I took it off. That was following.
Okay, show me name.com. Okay.
I had the 0 there. I had 0 down.
Oh, okay. So that was good. Okay.
But it's supposed to be with the 0 because
No.
I'm calling it outside with the 0, or that's just a name.
Okay, that So now show me the zone. Okay, so move that from that name to the name without zero. Change VI to move and rename it without the zero. That's why. It can't load that file because you don't have a file without a zero name. So I'm going to save this and close it.
Never mind.
Okay. Want me to go back?
No, you're good, you're good.
Okay. Firewall. Zone equals public. Add service equal DNS permanent. Firewall CMD reload. Reload. Firewall CMD list all. Right here, guys, here's where it starts. And I can see DNS is loaded. System control enable named. I'm going to hit enter so the people in the back can see. Okay, this is the moment of truth. This will tell you if you have typos. I don't.
Why me?
Do you want me to go back, Renee, to the firewall commands?
No, I got those. I think I had a typo in the first configuration file.
Named?
I'll tell you now.
Okay. Guys, I want to fix my DNS client to point to my DNS server. So, nm CLI connection mod static IPv4.dns, put in the loopback. Down then up. If you look at this resolve.conf file, it should have the loopback in there now. Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand. I think I missed something.
Yes. If you have a typo, where do you go?
Cat var logs messages.
Var log messages.
I can't see where the error is though.
I have errors.
Okay, look. We're going to take a break, and then I'll come and look at your typos. Listen, it's going to be a typo. So pull up your var log messages. Let's take a break, and then we'll come and look at those.
Okay, got it up already.
Okay, I'm going to go run and grab coffee. I'm not going to make it through the night without coffee.
Hey, just be like me.
Hey, I was living in R. Fixed it.
Okay, restart. Make sure it's loaded.
It is. It did. Awesome. Cool. Okay, Liz, you have. I think the R button right here, right? Every time I type in the word forward, it always needs the word letter R. You hear that? My finger just forgets to
Yeah. A lot of times, even when I'm there's just certain words that I just type. Like, I just like put words because that's just like.
What did you, MMC?
Oh, yeah, I forgot the-
No, system control, what was it?
System control mod. Which one?
The one before the one on the
Enable.
screen, enable? Oh,
Yeah.
You got it.
or log messages, right?
The what?
Errors?
Yeah. You can check the files.
I'm going to.
Those are your errors?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I grabbed 4D.
How many did you use?
So it does look rather damning, doesn't it?
The Eagle?
It does.
How'd you do that?
I was gonna say, man, you usually just give up and watch the video.
Oh, I got scared.
What did that server ever do to you? You might want to consider another career. You got errors?
Apparently, yeah.
Did you run the error checker to tell you what line the first error is on?
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
What, the bar log messages?
No, it's
The AU search.
I run
This.
system CTL status names dot service.
Ah, okay.
Run that one.
Control status. What was it?
Named dot service.
Alright.
And right. Etsy name if you take line 20 missing. So
You're out
correct
of
this
it.
error, then run command go. That's how the next error is.
Huh?
Yeah, it's awesome.
You have
Like
issues?
one?
Yeah.
Do the same thing.
I did.
Okay.
And it's on line 20 as
Yeah,
well.
but
I just don't know.
I'm like, I get
Even I'm gonna feel like you one. Line 20 is this one.
I mean, I didn't put any 4s or 5.
Which is like
Like
20.
that.
What was it? Go back and show me the error was.
The attitude offense and also that was bad.
I never find the line right away. Well, I have this one too, but.
I'm like, wait, you keep on looking at the paper.
Yeah, I thought the vibes was good.
Yeah, me too. But then when I read it, I'm like, oh shit. Why the hell did they even do that?
You stopped and started.
I would go. They start just filling out 5.
Did I stop and start? Okay, thank you, sir.
Which command did you run?
Because I think I was thinking to myself like 2, 3, 4, something like that.
Oh, you're running part of this. Very different things.
Yeah, I run yellow
Like,
too.
like, oh, 1 second, and like,
So I've got etsyname.com 20.
but I'm not old ones because there's stuff like that. No, like technical knowledge and
You out to that, like, You can put all you want, this is how you can make it easier to set. The supervisors are on those things all the time, but
So
you're
that's gonna be that now. But mine feels like now. No, I would have put that one.
Is it really a file that,
I think I have more to do than once.
doesn't say. Is that really a file that's gonna say? It's in the first one you have. Line 20 before the. Pretty sure. It's not that one though.
There's nothing in that line.
Unless it's kind of music sometimes. I would say go to VI, because the VI will have the languages. And you'll know for a fact. I thought name, VI has numbers.
Dude, there's the, what's it, the Q that you use? It'll take you to the line number.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The O is
I
Q.
think it's colon and then / whatever the line number is.
Just following and then one.
Pulling a colon and number. There's no comma in that line.
Oh, I think I'm.
Oh, it's where we're at.
Probably this, doesn't it?
I think there's supposed to be a semicolon right here.
Because that's the original
Yes,
line.
man.
You have all that. Maybe I gotta get rid of this.
No.
No, there's supposed to be space at the end.
I'll get my thing.
Yeah, okay.
You try it like that.
There's one after slash right colon, right?
Yeah, there's space there.
Christmas gift.
It's strange. That's weird. I probably just ignore that.
I gotta get it running and then point it to itself for doing that.
Oh, brackets. I'm looking for the comma. Where's line 20 again? That's.
I'm not getting that phone.
It's there, dude.
It's not starting. It's saying that file's not relevant.
That is strange.
Did you say it?
Professor, you have
Save the file.
Let me go use the restroom and then
Oh,
I'll.
okay, yeah.
I'm gonna do, Josh actually called me first and then he called me second.
No worries, Professor, take your time. I have the video, fall back.
What's it?
No, this one. Actually, yeah. Morning.
Yeah. It's a 0, not 0.
That's strange.
No, don't go to that one. Just go to one that's main.
Yeah.
Is yours working? Oh, cat, you're fine. It's, yeah, you're fine. Start saying stuff. It sounds good.
It's you.
No, just
You're missing
smart.
one. You can't, it's you guys.
Dude, do everything.
Do all the things in one command.
You
for the
show
end, yeah.
everything and home
Space.
Those space estimate. Will let me do that?
It will, unfortunately.
Really?
It asks whether you're sure, I think.
I'm not gonna try it out. Actually, I might. Alright.
He
So what do you want
he
to
showed us last time. So, colon 20.
No, tell me.
Oh, VI.
Mhm.
Space, /, that's
Oh.
/,
Mhm.
name, Yours is working. Okay.
I don't have in 20. No, sorry, line 20.
That is on. Wait. That is exactly.
Let me see.
Did you, what's yours say?
It's
Oh, you-
claiming there's a problem.
I have
You
no
know what?
problem, but.
Erase the line and then just retype it.
Josh, show me the error first. Cat car log messages.
Dude.
Okay, so go, let's go.
You have the lower one though, so try to comment that one out.
I did the same exact thing here.
You think?
My file looks exactly the same.
I don't think the placement will matter as much.
It says line 20. Allow.
I'm not worried.
Okay, and what was, there was line 63. Scroll down.
Local host. Semicolon.
That /24 colon space closing bracket colon.
Did you say ./24?
Let me see.
No.
0.
Oh, okay.
I think I did.
It's, yeah man, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. Maybe it's somewhere else.
Also,
Maybe it's mine to me.
And why would it be lying, huh?
Spike heavyweight.
Yeah, just a spike. Oh wow. It doesn't make
It's like, it doesn't need a reason now.
It doesn't need a reason.
You're on the other side. I'm just curious what it says.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, I thought it was you. Is it this guy?
Who, Dalen, are you good?
I got,
Look. Show me your car log message. Look, right, go back down the bottom.
I'm just curious what it
Line
says.
59, show me line
I
59.
think, I mean, that's set the mistake, but check it out.
Check it over.
Yeah, it's
Go to the top.
Scroll toward the bottom.
Yeah.
Default.
It was this one right here.
Here, so-
Here's the problem.
5, 9, go. Get rid of that.
Oh.
Change the lane.
Delete.
Hold on.
Delete. Up one. Delete. Okay, go
I
here.
know it was hard for me to read this still, so I finally found
Delete.
it.
Because there's mistakes.
No, he had extra things. Go delete.
Does it like those?
No, it specifies the extra bracket. Now, escape. But I'm manual, that's one space, you know,
He does?
save it.
No, he was like,
There's a culture with a 177.
Okay, so go edit that file, let's look at line 64.
There's a culture with
I just start.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what he showed me?
Okay, so cat, car log messages.
We're gonna have a
Okay,
contract.
so
Ryan and Justin.
load that file.
He's just gonna work on the file.
Okay, so either you have the wrong file name, so list, space, list,
312.
space, /, name.
I feel bad about myself.
Okay, so you've got the word zone. So edit that name down.
Quote, space, capital
What
space,
line number was it?
squiggly
Type 64.
Yeah, we did.
64. Uppercase G.
type, master,
Shift.
semicolon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the next line, file, quote, 0.0.10 dot in.
You better just like sit down and just like
dot
work over this
arpa
one.
dot zone,
I just gotta put it so that
semicolon.
Right.
Allow dash update,
You said the comp file?
space, bracket, space, none,
Yeah,
semicolon.
Can you just move?
Proceed space, bracket, semicolon.
Bar.
Next line, bracket, semicolon.
Right.
Yes, no.
That's right.
That's right.
Just like, okay, so the company takes like 50% or something like that, but that's still 150.
I moved myself to the name.
It's like freaking money that.
Where's Brian? Come over here and he's like, oh, there's.
I know, he's gonna see it.
Some space somewhere.
Yeah, he's gonna see it instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's coming through.
It'll be like my-
Follow up.
It really annoys me when it does that sometimes.
Or it'll be like
File,
yeah,
space.
or one line
Don't
different.
put in, don't enter, go back down.
That's easy.
Look right here, look right here, on his screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Stay right there.
Stay there, and on the
And of course-
bottom you have A B. So stay there forever?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, just let her copy that file.
Got it.
hold on. I have to,
Oh, you're in VI.
yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing it. Just so
I
that
just saw which one is the using.
Listen,
Yeah, it is.
you messed up, delete your profile, recreate. Delete your username.
Already finished the one that we doing.
Cause you have in your profile, do NMCLI, con, show,
You see messed up. You don't fix it.
Yeah.
Complete.
you have two IP addresses, keep going, scroll.
That's
Oh, no, scroll down.
312,000
Cause you have these.
Yeah,
oh, I still have to put a hyphen.
Okay,
So,
so Q,
And like it's just gonna come in and say like, I will always
Connection.
carry chairs or whatever.
mod,
Hey, I'm done with my check.
um,
No, and they gotta pay for before we go.
static,
So follow up.
space, minus,
Yeah.
type in the word.
Yep.
75%.
no, I'm sorry, this symbol, IPv4, addresses, space 10, 3, 13, which one is wrong?
Start.
oh, static.
14,
Fernando,
14.9. Slash 32. Don't hit it, it's addresses.
and get your certificate. Because they were like that, they don't look at you.
Yeah, nothing.
No, you know.
I'm at a loss.
Sorry,
Oh, it's ADR dash R4.
I'm not sure how this works. I gotta.
Wait, this is weird now because you're not supposed to.
I really don't know.
Did you say dash? Is there a dash?
IN dash. It's in.
Yeah, this is
I didn't show the class.
IN dash.
Yeah, I'm having a problem.
ADR.
I gotta see this.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you want the grab?
You see that?
No.
Which one?
When you're starting the name, look at the name. It says dash R4.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So it's trying to start that, so that means that the file that you configured the name.
I have to rename it.
Restart.
Yeah,
In
restart.
hyphen,
So
dot
hyphen,
in,
more
in
errors.
hyphen,
It's
dot,
okay.
yes.
No, N dash start ADR dot R. So when you configure the name file,
It was a dot.
yeah, and replace the dot with a dash and the dash with a dot.
In hyphen, R, dot, dot is dot.
Yeah,
So there's a hyphen between here
Yeah.
and a dot here.
Yeah.
You just flip them around, so it's trying to look it, so.
I'm sorry.
Remember you were trying to import
No,
the file
cheated,
into the
cheated.
Even
Oh, cheated?
Yeah, cheated.
That's $50 an
I
hour.
think I
No,
put
I'm
the
just gonna
address
make a
in
copy.
the machine two instead of one. Because there's a file. Right there on that file.
Oh, wait, hold on.
No, we couldn't find it?
It's
I think when I
G-edit?
yes.
This one, right?
I put in the address for the machine two, not realizing that.
Oh.
I put the one, you know what I'm saying?
No, so this is
what happened to it?
Yeah.
It's finally found it.
Yeah, I was
wondering what happened to it.
Yeah, there it is.
No, what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna take all of this, put the corrections in the second file, have everything that comes as copied onto that one, and just erase the first one.
Oh, no, I'm good.
This one's not, no, I know.
Thank you for
I think
that. Go up.
In another message.
Go up. Go up.
Yeah, that's
Go to that.
That's
Oh, those are ads. Okay, that's the problem.
Go down, go down,
Right there.
Yeah, I see.
That's the thing. Once you switch that, it's supposed to.
Ad symbols.
What?
I put zeros.
Oh.
Save it.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it. Start let's see. Or
Let me see, can I see a zone file? The name, card.
That's us, name.com.
No?
then what again?
See?
What, go into the file?
No, I'm sorry, this is the actual zone file.
Control system, control settings.
It's an Etsy or bar?
Name, / C tab.
Oh, but it's just
Assist, this is file.
Oh, I'm missing that above that. I'm missing a ending bracket, it looks like.
Oh, you have to reload.
Reload?
You have to restart the power and restart.
The firewall?
Yeah, you have to restart.
I
the
haven't done
system,
that.
yeah.
No, wait, I did reload the firewall.
Oh, you did?
Some of your apps are like zeros, you can't see it. Right? They do like zeros. But I missed some other stuff too.
So the problem most likely is, you just left this on the, so behind Etsy. So that is zone. Exactly. Just so set right there.
They do a little lot.
Well, we're talking about it. You see, oh, and you posted one here. Of this location, that's the one by your house. Yeah, this is something we
You're gonna kick yourself when I screw this in.
Oh my
You're gonna
god.
Ah,
I love when he does the.
Priceless.
you're probably
Of
better off.
course.
But you're way better.
Oh, my God.
Jesus. What happened? It was only a zero.
Oh, you're hitting zero?
No, I had one extra zero.
He
So it's
actually,
supposed to be two.
yeah, he rich man, he
Yeah,
requested
it's
rich. He give you extra.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just give
I
me
love
a
it.
bill,
I
sorry.
love it. Oof.
Just give me
I
this.
like it.
I'm done.
So I figured out R forwarders, so.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow, this year started though, didn't it?
It didn't start because I had the error, but I found the error.
Oh, I'm gonna be watching this video. For sure.
Don't tell me that.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Okay, so guys, let's test it.
GTI.
Guys, I'm going to do host -v type A vm1.contoso.com.
Professor, one thing before you start. We're supposed to run those commands, right? The static, mod, and down, and all that?
Yes.
Okay.
So what are those flags? What do those flags do?
They find.
They show you like a certain soccer. Are these? I'm not sure.
Not those flags. And the host -v-t reset.
Oh, what does these options mean? Verbose, type. I want to search for an A record as opposed to a pointer record or a C name.
And those are ones that are on that local machine.
Remember when we did vm1.contoso.com tab in tab A. That's what it's looking for, that A. Or we did an in tab PTR or PRT for some people.
Did you do that same command to store an A record?
And record.
No,
Instead of editing the record?
this command is acting as my DNS client, connecting to my DNS server, just testing the English.
Frank, you go back to the firewalls that you go,
Oh, okay, hold on one second.
Also, you store.
But if we use big,
Okay, look. Dig
same thing.
-- help. Sorry. We want to do the -t for type. Now look, if I want to do this, vm1.contoso.com. But now listen, if I want to test against another server, I could put an @ symbol, then the server name. Okay? If I use host and I want to test against another server, you just put a space. So dig, if you want to test against another server, you got to put the @ symbol. Host, you just put a space. That's the server I want to test it against. Okay, I'm going to show my history for 1 minute. There's one little glitch with this setup, and I'll show you what it is.
Were you still recording over the break?
I was. With OBS, I don't have the ability to pause.
Okay.
Look at this. If I do this, does this work?
Same thing.
I gotta find out why that's not working.
Aren't you pointing to yourself?
But my server should forward it out.
Yeah, we did that before.
Let me think of why this is not working. I'm going to test another server. I'm going to test against 10.13.2.5. Can I not reach those other servers? Ping 10.13.2.5. Okay, I'm going to test against Google's. Guys, I'm going to open up my zone file again.
I got one for Google.
8. With the 8.8.8.8.
With just a website.
So you got an answer for that?
Yeah.
I'm just going to try to reboot my server.
Professor, I have the question, but the firewall, the fall, it block everything. So when you permanent, it means like you open that one. Mean, right?
No, permanent says you're editing the configuration file, not your live firewall. So every time I boot up my machine, it reads the configuration file and edits my firewall for me. If I don't put the word permanent, all it does is affects my firewall that's running in memory, but the next time I reboot, it'll be gone.
No, not like that. I'm not asking that. Okay, so the firewall, they block any packet coming in your service, in your server. So you mean like permanent mean like you allow for service to come in, right?
No.
No?
Permanent means you're editing the configuration file, not your firewall. If I leave off the word permanent, it means you're editing your firewall. If you put on the word permanent, it means you're editing. A reboot worked. It works for me.
So you're just digging for Google?
Yeah. So I can resolve internal names.
Yeah, that's weird. It did work.
Okay, and external names. But look at this. What happens when I do this? It's working right now, so I'm going to leave it alone. Okay. But no, I guess BC has a server that's not signed. So if you hit that server, you don't get the right results. I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, look. I just want to try to answer Chris's question. Chris,
Yes, sir.
I have this file
Yeah.
with all my firewall rules in it.
Okay.
Every time I boot up this machine, it reads this file and configures my firewall for me.
Okay.
So when I put permanent, it doesn't mess with my actual firewall. Here's my firewall. So when I boot up, it reads these rules and sets my firewall. When I put permanent, I'm saying go in and change this file.
Okay.
It does nothing to my firewall. If I don't put permanent, it just goes and changes my firewall directly. What happens when I reboot, it rereads this file, and that change you made won't be in that new firewall.
I can't do Google, but I can do it inside.
Did you try reboot?
So, I kind of.
We're supposed to do what's supposed to do.
So I have it with a dash, with a dot dash point.
So you
Okay,
can add.
I would go change it to a dash because you're defining multiple layers of domain.
Yep.
I think I did.
So I gotta go to the machine first, and then all the records.
Yeah.
You're not
What you're doing is saying there's a child domain
That's the
involved.
child domain.
Okay, guys.
You're not doing anything crazy, right? Like when you're doing, you're not doing that against another server, are you? When you're doing the line with
I am cat Etsy name.conf grep4 forwarders. It'll automatically go to that server. It'll send the request to that server because we added that line. I'm going to hit enter so people in the back can see it. So it'll automatically go to that server. If I wanted to manually test against the server directly, I can do host v t a www.broward.edu, and I want to test that again. It's 10.13.2.5. No, I'm sorry. I'm doing dig format. This is host, no @ symbol. No @ symbol. Dig, you put the @ symbol. Host, you don't.
Okay, so host is no @ symbol.
I'm sorry?
Still can get it.
Even if you do that directly?
I can try Broward.edu specifically, yeah.
Yeah, try Broward.edu specifically. You might not have connectivity to the server, that's why. Can you ping 10.13.2.5?
Nope.
Okay. Do IP adder and tell me, no, don't do that. Do IP route and tell me what the first line reads. No. IP route. You probably don't have a gateway. Do you have a default line?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I don't.
Okay. So, only him.
I want to say the third time.
Connection, mod, static, G, W4 10.0.0.1.
Let me try that as well.
No. Don't do that. If you don't, do you have a default line? Run IP route and see if it works.
IP route.
Trevor, are you caught up with me? Are you with me? Okay.
No, I don't have a 1. That's. Oh, no, I do have one. Ah, I see it. But I'm not able to connect outside of my.
Okay, guys, I want to finish this video, so some of you are, you're gonna have something I like to call homework. Okay, after you do that, Josh, do NM-CLI, connection down, static.
I did, and then I brought it back up.
Okay.
And it's still.
Oh, I can. Oh, I have to specify the address. Oh, that's what it is.
Up, static. Okay, you got homework, Josh. Okay, I'm gonna go to server 2.
Made a mistake. I think I can go off to Google.
Don't do it.
Okay. I'm on to
Hey, yeah, this one.
What we do it?
clear. I'm on server 2.
Oh, server 2? Okay.
Power on.
NM-CLI, connection, add, con name, static, type. Guys, I'm going to break this up into multiple lines so it's easier to read. Ethernet, interface name, ETH0. NM-CLI, connection, mod, static, IP4 10.0.0.101/24 GW4 10.0.0.1 NM-CLI, connection, mod, static, IPv4 DNS 127.0.0.1. Point to myself, NM-CLI, connection, mod, static, auto, connect, yes. NM-CLI, connection, mod, static, ETH, nope. ETH0, auto, connect, no.
That was it, right? I changed all the names and the codes. And
Yeah, you just added a child domain.
I figured, but I kept going. This is.
Yeah, you were trying to do everything you could to avoid fixing it.
Yeah.
When fixing it would probably have been easier.
Well, I was already done, so it would have been literally what I did.
host name, CTL, set host name, vm2.contoso.com, echo 127.0.0.1, vm2.contoso.com, greater than, host. Normally, Dalen, you catch that stuff, so my mistake before, I blame on you.
What did I do?
Because last time you didn't catch the greater than symbol.
I can't catch them all.
Okay, man.
Good job.
Okay, guys, now I'm going to follow the instructions on the book. From the book. This is no longer from the website, this is from the book. I should reboot, but I'm just while you guys are still typing, I'm going to install Unbound. Guys, I'm going to do this. That's just going to kill my output. You don't need to put the greater than null. I just don't want the output to scroll off my screen.
Shouldn't that also be put greater than symbol?
No.
I'm not going to append.
Oh crap! I know this. I'm still the student.
Guys, by starting it, it's going to kick in the error so we can see the error that we're creating. Remember I told you it generates an error? Guys, I want to show you something else while I'm here. No, I'll just do this.
So I can do pretty much all those NLCLI commands as a student. Great. Didn't know that.
I've got all the red ones. I didn't get that echo thing.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
One second.
Okay.
Guys, I got these last two commands from the SE troubleshooter. By starting Unbound first, it'll generate your security key, generate that error right from the get-go to eliminate that as an issue later.
So type those two around.
Yep. After you start it, because if you try, the error won't be there. You won't be able to correct an error that doesn't exist.
So the error's supposed to pop up when you start?
Correct.
I didn't get it.
Some people didn't get it before. I don't know why. You should get it. I don't know.
I did it on both machines. I didn't get it.
Unbound.
I didn't get no error message. Nothing popped up. It just started. We went to the next line. So if I didn't get the error message, still you type that command?
I don't know if it'll accept it if you didn't get the error. You can try.
Okay. I just want to get it.
Yeah.
The original IP
Did I spell it?
added, the 100 got added as a secondary. Is there an easy fix for that, or should I worry?
What do you mean as a secondary?
Well, I have a DHCP address as my primary still.
So do I, because I haven't rebooted.
Oh,
I could manually shut down my interface and bring it back up. I could manually shut down ET80, bring it back up. But I'm just going to reboot, and it will clear it up.
well, this is on my first server.
Okay. So listen, I want to pull it up because I want to show something.
Okay, wasn't the echo supposed to be in reverse? Was it supposed to be the long name then short name, or
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter? Okay.
As long as they're both after 127. SSH.
Okay.
What is the? Oh no, you're in a different machine. Look, I'm going to connect to him. I'm going to pull up his lab. Guys, this is what I can do at home.
You can destroy your virtual machine.
Okay, I'm going to connect to his machine.
Just swap it back for 1 second. I'm just gonna take a picture of it.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me just finish the sign in, and then I'll jump back.
Unbound.
That's the name of the product we're installing.
Did you install it? Yeah. Okay.
You go.
Okay, picture, Dalen, Chris.
Try to get.
Okay. I
Try to get things reversed.
Okay, Harvey has a scenario where he has 2 IPs on a profile.
Oh, we got to read it.
Okay, so I'm going to go and load up. What's your email address starting with?
JRD. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's HardJP.
So this is his machine.
So if we get the Linux.
Okay. So I'm going to do NMCLI show connection. No, I'm not. Connection show static. You only have 1 IP. Okay, let me do this. IP adder. I'm going to look at ETH0.
It was right there. It said that 15,000.
I'm going to do connection mod ETH0 auto connect no. Connect no. Service system control CTL restart network IP adder. Where are you getting that other route from?
I don't know. I'm not being on.
Oh, right there.
Perfect.
NMCLI show connection show.
Because you didn't put a space
Have you tried rebooting?
between the C.
I have a couple times, not for
And
this
unbound.
version. I think this is since the beginning. You want me to try that?
Well, let me try this. Mod static dash IP v4 dot addresses 10.0.0.15/24. Yeah, it's getting it from dynamic. Um, I'm just going to go look at the original file. One blue equal no. It's still DHCP. I don't know why. So I just put it static. I hard coded the file. I don't know why.
It's busted. Don't waste too much time on it.
Okay.
It's just a short.
There we go. And then type that up.
That worked.
There it is.
Okay. So guys, Unbound is installed. I manually started it, enabled it. I'm going to reboot this machine.
So what's your IP? What's your IP?
101.
What's wrong with yours?
It took the command,
Well, you have to reboot it.
nothing happened.
You know, we didn't reboot.
Oh, you did it on one machine though?
First VM,
Here.
What should be?
Yeah.
No, talk to me.
Oh no, that should. I'm trying to look at the graph for it.
Like Concha, like MCL at Concha. See, maybe there's something that should be saying that or something.
And you still can't ping out.
Yeah, we have it back.
So, do IP address.
CLI, run mod,
Okay.
4, n.0.0.1.
Okay. Let me see. Just
So what happened?
So,
I'd rather this is easier. When you say it uses those photos, listening to watch it,
so that's what you're saying right here.
No, you have 101.
Yeah, I have 101, yeah. I want to compare. Yeah, so
Okay.
system start.
It's gonna be like that for sure. Until, everything is ready. Okay, so just that. I don't know what it is. That's really not what it is. So go with that.
Don't you ready to go? See this is space in. See this is space in. What's that mean?
PTO.
This time you take something with it. What the hell wrong with it? The radio was bad.
Okay, so guys, I'm back here on server 2. SU IP adder, grep for iNet, IP route, grep for default.
Is your 12 speaker? One right before the 101?
No. I think I had the same issue that he had.
Mine's 11.
Guys, if you have two IP addresses like that, something didn't happen properly with NMCLI. You see how I have two IPs?
I have the same.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think it was messing up my gateway. Because I have one, but I'm still not getting it. But, you know, worry about that.
Do that. Or gedit, guys. I'm just going to do gedit.
Won't let me auto-complete this for some reason.
Professor, could it be because we did it separate? Because we did all the command lines separate? Because I did it in one go and I don't have them.
That could be very well.
Yeah, I did mine together. I don't have it.
Yeah, I did all of them, one on the
Okay, so now we know why.
So doing it separate caused the problem.
Yeah. So I'm going to go here to gedit that file. Etsy sysconfig network hyphen scripts plural.
Say yes and no.
No, that's wrong.
Oh.
Static.
The DEF route field, should that have a yes or an empty yes?
Boot proto.
Boot full.
Okay, so I'm going to go here. And for boot proto, I'm going to change it to static. For me, it's the fourth line down.
Pro static.
What's browser only? Of the line above?
Yeah. Master browser. Do you remember that?
In Linux?
Yeah, it can support it too.
I thought that was deprecated. I thought it was gone.
It's not going in Windows.
Windows Server 2019. I couldn't find a registry key for it. I installed the server the other day and I couldn't find it to turn it off.
Why is my
Why
I
didn't
don't
you
have an
change
IP
it?
out here.
Yeah, I would go into the services and try to stop it there. Can I hit save?
Or static?
Oh, you know what? I put the wrong thing.
Okay, so I changed DHCP to static and system
I was looking for this. Here.
control restart network.
I did Ethernet here. I know the static.
IP adder. Here's where I'm at. So I have one IP.
So you changed. The only thing you changed was static on the one network. Sure. That's it.
The boot proto.
The boot probe. Yeah.
Oh, boot protocol.
Guys, look at this file.
Boot protocol.
Cat, Etsy. Did that work, Josh? Unbound /unbound.conf. Guys, I'm going to pipe it to word count and count how many lines there are. There's 860 lines. So I'm now going to grep out all the comments and I'm going to remove all the blank lines. So grep, reverse, get rid of all the comments. Any line that has a comment in it. Then I want to pipe it and grep out any lines that begin with and then immediately end. Sorry, guys, I'll pull up the history in 1 second. So let me pull up my history so you can see all the commands. So this right here shows you the line count of the current file. This right here shows you the line count after it removes the comments and removes the blank lines. So this file has 860 lines in it. 42 of them are usable. So there's a lot of data in there explaining what each line does. And you just got to filter out that stuff. If I did this without piping it to line count, that shows me the actual text file that's being used. This just shows me only the lines that aren't comments.
Okay.
Those are the only actual important lines that are there. If I had only these lines, it would be fine. So just kind of an idea of what we're dealing with. It's a massive file. You can easily make a bunch of mistakes in it. But in this particular case, there's only 42 lines that are important. Guys, let's take another break. Let's take another break.
There's only I must have done.
Guys, why do I have to put this slash here? Because I need to escape that meta character. That hash symbol has a special meaning. So I'm saying just interpret it as a printable character. This means any line that begins, that immediately ends. The rest of the world calls that a blank line. Normally, grep shows me those lines. But if I do a -B, I may show me all other lines.
So the command on line 23, what is that?
42.
Line 23 shows me the file as it would exist with no blank lines or no comments.
Okay, so that's why I scrolled up. Okay.
Okay?
I understand that. So detailed. Yeah, that's something.
that's the goal. It was supposed to be that 12. So we see that 12 that you have, okay, but before that, you had a dot 12. You don't have it anymore. You do.
Yeah, you have the 12 and a 1-on-1.
Not 12. You see this? So like you remove it, good.
You have to commit that video to memory. Pretty much. Well, this time he didn't make us take it here in class. Right? Yeah, I'm just gonna write on like I'm gonna go home, watch all this shit, and just write every command until I know that they're correct. What we go through. What was that test? Okay.
Which one? Page?
Class is over right now. Right back to Wednesday, Friday.
When is the class finish? I don't know. It doesn't show the class.
No. And like you know,
Next month.
So which is it?
Have you done the one teaming of the mix? You haven't done it? Huh? No, I'm saying, like, you haven't practiced it at home or whatever?
He didn't say.
I gotta jump on that. Is it finished?
you did that.
8-5, so.
Yeah. That's the final.
Oh, that's the final?
Well, I mean, that's the last day of class.
Oh, okay. Man, I got it all screwed up.
Just go there and decide
Short
what you
ass
want.
classes.
Even if you never go into BC, they'll let you walk across the stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Brian.
Wait, what?
Brian.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Now, if there's an issue with your degree audit and you have family coming in for graduation,
That same issue.
okay, is it,
You changed the file.
so restart network. Do system control, restart network. You shake your leg again, you get nervous, you shake your leg.
Professor,
Yeah.
the class ends on the 5th, right? So in
When is midterm?
2 weeks,
No midterm, only final.
Only final?
Yeah, well, we just don't have time in summers to do finals.
oh,
Well, did I put a midterm in the,
you put 70% midterm, 30% final. So that's why
I gotta look at it.
It's pretty much 100%.
Yeah, I mean, really 70%?
We have 30%.
Oh, guys, I'm not gonna pull it up on the video.
One, you screwed up.
All of you will see me again next semester. There's no physical way for you to pass. The one test you need, if you just had the midterm, you'd be able to pass. But it's not there, so you get all 0.
Yeah, but then there's like a curve, right?
No, a curve, listen. Back in, this was high school, we kept asking this teacher for a curve, asking for this teacher for a curve. He finally agreed to give us a curve. He gave us the curve, but he made the test so ridiculously easy. We had, you can get 100, 99, 98, or 97, or 96. So he applied the curve. F, D, C, B. So be careful what you ask for. Because now you have a nice curve. Right there's your C. Okay. So we're going to edit that file. I'm going to do gedit.
the CGS1100. I think it's the one you probably took straight point.
No, we're using that in an area higher.
Yeah, it's still not fixed.
Okay, she'll get to it.
Oh yeah, this fun stuff. Can I do control find and find all the information?
Yes. So, can I hit enter? Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to scroll down until we get to this interface section. At the very end of the interface section, we're going to type in interface colon guys, I'm just going to add myself as well so I can test on my own machine. The default is to listen on the loopback. But when I define an interface, it doesn't listen on the loopback anymore. So I'm just going to add the loopback as well. Guys, on D2L, I have the short copy of this file with only the appropriate data, with all the comments and blank lines filtered out. So I put that up on D2L as well.
Can we use it on the final?
Yes, it won't help you. The max you can get is 30%. Okay, so now I'm going to scroll down until I get to access control. I'm going to do Control F and search for access control. I want to get to this access control section. Here we're defining which machines can access us. I'm going to do my network. Don't forget to put the word allow. Guys, I'm just going to press Control F and erase this so it's not highlighting.
Control F.
But it helps you with spell check.
Yes.
It helps you with spell check. That's for sure.
There you are. Okay.
Now I'm going to do Control F. Okay, no, I'm not. Right here. You have that? Okay, Control F, domain, insecure. All I'm doing here, guys, is define, domain, insecure. Okay, all that's going on here is my zones that I'm going to allow to be forwarded are not signed. So I'm going to say don't expect a TTL certificate.
Don't expect.
A TLC, a TLS certificate, or SSL, whatever you want to call it.
Location words?
Contoso.com and or reverse. 0.0.0, no. 0.0.10.in adder.arpa.
Do you have to do zone or no?
No, that's the name of a file. That's not the namespace. Here, the only time you refer to the name of the file is in the name.conf file, so you can say load this file to load this namespace.
Now you have on your file, Brian, you have commented out that, but colon, period, colon. Like remaining secure, but it also says, you have it commented out, but you added that line in there.
Oh, in the example?
Yeah. On the, not on the example, on the one that you put online on B2L.
Let me look at it.
Trust me, I'm
Yeah.
watching my hyphens and my periods.
Hyphen, yeah, hyphen.
I was testing something.
Okay.
Because, oh guys, in the book, I mentioned this before, in the book, the forward out, you put the name as dot. We need to change that to an asterisk. So the book is, I don't know whether it's wrong or we're using an old version of the software off the DVD, but the book has it wrong and I was testing with that line.
Okay, so
Okay.
we don't need that.
Yeah, so you don't need it. I was just trying to solve problems. Okay, so
You said the book I never seen it. In this book,
yes, on the book,
where is that?
chapter 5, yeah, and here, look for item D, forward zone, name dot. That dot's not working. The dot doesn't work. But a lot of people do have it working on the internet, and it works fine. So I'm thinking we had an older version that still used the asterisk as a wild card. I'll show you when we get to that point.
I think Contoso.com, what is that character?
Contoso.com is a double quote. Local zone. Guys, this is not in your documentation on the book. There's a rule, I think it's AS12, RFC 1918. So basically this rule it's right here. I'm just trying to pull it up. Everyone is sending reverse lookups for private IP addresses to servers on the internet. And it's using up a lot of bandwidth. So they came up with this concept. It is not possible for public DNS servers to give useful answers to such queries. Reverse lookups we're referring to. In addition, due to the wide deployment of private use IP addresses and the continued growth of the internet, the volume of queries is large and growing. The AS 11.2 project aims to provide a distribution sync for such queries in order to reduce the load on the corresponding authoritative servers. Meaning, your DNS server will not allow you to send out or forward requests for private IP addresses. For reverse. You can't forward it out. So our machine will not be able to, or server 2 will not be able to forward requests to server 1. This doesn't block your server from resolving private IPs to names, but it's going to block you from sending private IPs out to someone else. So we're going to add a line that will allow us to override that fault behavior. So we're going to do something called a local zone. And this is in the documentation too. Colon, guys, don't forget the colon. 0.0.10.in.adder.arpa.
That.
What?
No, you said dot adder.
This is opera.
Thank you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we want to say transparent.
The dot at the end of ARPA.
Or not exactly what he said too. That says dash.
Oh, is that good?
No, you're correct. I just
Okay.
wrote down what you said.
Okay, so what I don't know what I said. So
You said in dot adder dot.
okay. So basically, guys, this will allow, if I get any request on server 2, if any request comes to me for reverse lookup, my server will then be allowed to forward it to server 1. Okay? They hard code this in the software to prevent all these useless name resolution requests going to the internet and using up valuable bandwidth.
Yeah, but how much bandwidth are you talking about? Bytes?
Well, let's put it this way. If they felt, the internet community felt as a whole that that needed to be done, there was an issue. You know, I don't think they're just going to go through and say, everyone, we want to reprogram your DNS servers on a whim. You know, I'm sure there was an issue. Okay, guys, now we're going to go to, I'm marking things off as we do it. All the way toward the bottom. I'm going to go right to this section right here.
Is that about very bottom?
It's close to the bottom.
Forwarding host.
Forward zone. Now, basically, I'm going to define which namespaces I want to forward to who. I will forward contoso.com and 0.0.10.in-adder.arpa to server 1, and all other requests to 10, 13, 25, and 27. Name, contoso.com. Look up above, guys, you have an example. Forward address with an R is 10.0.0.100. My next zone is name 0.0.10.in-adder.arpa.
Do we put the period after ARPA or no?
No.
Putting the same thing.
And for everyone else, here's what I'm talking about. The book has a dot there. It doesn't work. Some people, if you look on the internet, are using asterisks. Some people are using dots. I think older versions of the software require an asterisk. Newer versions of it require a dot. So I'm just using the asterisk.
Well, if we put both in there.
The dot
Sounds faster.
it would kill you. It's going to just prevent you from sending any forward request. I know this from experience. You know, it was hard to troubleshoot that issue. I mean, I literally probably spent 3 hours trying to solve that over that little dot. I couldn't get any external requests to work, no matter what I did. If I leave it off altogether, it goes directly to the root service, which is not the right way to do it either. In the book, you know, I'm not sure. I guess when we come up with Real 8, we'll see if the dot still works.
They don't have real 8 yet?
It is out, but the curriculum isn't out yet for it. Should be out any day now. You might be able to download it. Okay, so I'm going to save it.
Can you go back up to the first two entries you put in?
Which are the interface.
Interface and the domain.
Okay, look. If I put a line next to it, not this down here, up here. I'm going to save it. Close it. Firewall. CMD zone equals public. Add service equals DNS. Don't modify my firewall. Edit the configuration file. Now I'm going to tell my firewall to reread the configuration file. Guys, I'm just going to reboot just to test it.
Professor, do you string together multiple commands by doing and? Or is that...
I'll explain what that is.
Okay. Because I know I'm going to do that when I'm updating Linux box. Well, mainly Raspberry Pi.
Okay. So cat, Etsy, password. This file, I'm going to answer a question. You don't need to do this command. I'm just answering a question, explaining something. That file exists, right? No problem, that's successful. But what if I type password? It doesn't work. It generates an error. So if I say cat Etsy password, that's going to fail. And Etsy cat Etsy password. Neither work. This is going to say if the first command is successful, run the second command. This first command wasn't successful. Let's say the command was create a folder and touch a file in that folder. Well, you don't want to touch the file if creating the folder failed. So this is only run the second command if the first command was successful.
Okay. What if you put a semicolon?
That's a different question. I'm going to answer that next. So this means or. Only run the second command if the first command fails. So this one will only run cat Etsy password. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, Ron.
Your question was, Renee,
Yeah.
just two commands. One run after the other. If one fails, it has no bearing on the second command. I can use a semicolon as opposed to pressing enter.
With the one that doesn't fail, that wouldn't show up. It would just show an error message, right? And
It would show an error message, but the second command would still run. So if I did this, you can't see it, but
Yeah, I'm asking because I remember from the last class. That's why.
yeah, it just means run multiple commands on one line. The semicolon is the same as pressing enter. So that's why what they want you to do is run an update. Then do upgrade. That's what you're looking at, right? Well, don't upgrade if the update has failed.
Well, I was thinking about that because I'm like, a lot of the things we do here, we could do that as well.
Well, yeah,
You can make it a script, if you will.
guys, this can all be scripted. I can have one script on the internet and edit all these files without ever going into them.
For the domain and security for the Contoso.com, you had put double quotes on the line, but it's on only one single quote. At the end, you put the double quotes at the end.
Let me look. 1 second. On my
That's what you had told me, it was a double quote.
here, you're saying which line?
Domain insecure.
Control F. 1 second. Let me close this. I didn't say. I made a mistake. Control F. Domain insecure. It's double quote, double quote. Double quote, double quote.
Oh, okay. So you just had it wrong on the paper.
No, not that the paper.
Oh, double quote. I see. No.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Okay. So I'm going to close this out. I'm just going to reboot.
How do we say that?
Who is my DNS client pointing to? Or VM2?
Localhost.
Back to myself. My server can't answer anything. It's caching only. So it's going to go to VM1 to find an answer for Contoso, and it will go to 10.13.2.5 to find an answer for everyone else.
Can you say again in question?
Okay, my DNS client
Yeah.
on VM1, on VM2, is pointing to the DNS server on VM2.
Can you diagram a little bit?
But it's gonna resolve itself, right?
So I'm slow.
Yeah, I don't want to explain that right now, though. Okay. This machine has a DNS server, right?
VM1 or VM2? VM1. Or VM2?
This machine also has a DNS client, right?
They run at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
This client is going to point to this server.
Yeah.
This server is going to point
VM1.
the DNS server on VM1. DNS is the trickiest thing, and a lot of people have trouble grasping it.
So we stay in the local, right? We're not coming out there.
You're going over.
Remember, VM2 has no knowledge. If VM2 wants to get an answer for something, it has to talk. The DNS server on VM2 has no knowledge. It has to talk to someone else to get an answer for every question you ask it. It holds no data. So host-v-ta vm1.contoso.com.
Which machine are we on? VM2, right?
I can't get it to work either.
Okay, wait. Let's.
Oh, you don't respond.
Wait. I'm going to first try this. I'm going to go directly to.
The only thing you were missing there, Brian, is I add the DNS server to the firewall. Or you already have the.
I was
Oh,
able to
okay.
get an answer. I don't know.
Okay, well, we should get an answer.
Can't get one.
I'm going to try to reboot VM1.
I can't ping VM1. If I do, I get a message back from the router saying no.
I can ping VM1 and I can get the same result you got if you force
I
it.
can ping it too.
But if you don't force it, I can't. I don't get it. I get an immediate bounce. Actually, I get two good, two bad.
I'm gonna try a PTR record.
I'm using Hyper-V on yours.
Okay, I want to make sure my service is running. System CTL status unbound. Mine failed. I probably have a typo.
Oh, you didn't run the check, the unbound dash.
Yeah,
Okay.
unbound. I have a typo somewhere, guys. Unbound. What is it? Check.
Dash, check.
Con.
Check.
Check con.
Yeah.
I have errors right here.
So that's why you keep the control F, because it highlights and makes sure you're not misspelling it.
I don't have any. It's probably like a colon or something.
Yeah, I'm going to go in and check that file.
You got the 4 errors.
I knew the control F would save me.
Yeah, mine is green. All the way down.
I forgot a colon there, and I forgot a colon there. I was doing this to demonstrate.
Hey, you don't get the errors, you don't know how to fix them. What'd you fix? Colons after color zone.
I forgot colons right here.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to try it again. System, control, start, unbound. Point a record, get an answer. Host record, I get an answer. I can even test Google.com. And I get an answer. I'm going to show you all my commands. Okay. I'm gonna go back there. Josh, give me a minute and I'll connect. Listen. Let me see a show of hands who's successful. Okay, we're getting better. Can you start your service?
I had issues getting out of my first server,
Oh, okay.
so I didn't.
Oh, okay. Guys, I'm gonna stop the video and then start uploading it to YouTube.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if you're good, you can go. If you want me to look at your server, Josh, leave it up and running. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this first.